Hi, I'm going to share with you Adib Khorram's Darius the Great is Not Okay. I absolutely fell in love with this book the second I picked it up. The main character, Darius, calls himself a fractional Persian. That's because he's half white and he's half Persian, and he doesn't feel like he's either one or the other. So he's like constantly caught between these two sides, feeling like he doesn't belong in either category. So Darius is about to start a trip with his whole family to go to Iran to see his grandpa, who has a brain tumor. He's dying, so they want like one last trip to go see him. And Darius he doesn't really have like a lot of friends here in America. He kind of sticks to himself. He has his own interests, but he's super, super funny. Like he's really into Lord of the Rings. He's really into like Klingon and Star Trek. So he has like all these funny references as you go, and it's just his way of talking is like hilarious. So he ends up going to Iran and he meets his friend Sarab over there, and the two of them hit it off and like start hanging out together, playing soccer together. And the whole time, Darius is kind of dealing with questions of identity, like who is he, especially being mixed race. But one of the big things that he's also dealing with is he has depression, and he is sick and tired of people asking him, like, what are you so depressed about? You have nothing to be sad about. He's like, that's not what this is. It's like a clinical depression. I have, a chemical imbalance in my brain. I have to take these pills. And people just don't understand why he can't talk himself out of being depressed. So it's a really interesting look at that as well at the same time. So here's just a short passage where after Darius has been kind of picked on by some bullies where they messed up his bicycle, and he's talking with his dad in the kitchen. Aside from Star Trek and not speaking Farsi, depression was pretty much the only thing we had in common. We took different medications, but we did see the same doctor, which I thought was kind of weird. I guess I was paranoid Dr. Howell would talk about me to my dad, even though I knew he wasn't supposed to do that kind of thing. And Dr. Howell was always honest with me, so I tried not to worry so much. I took my pills and gulped down the whole glass of water. Dad stood next to me watching, like he was worried I was going to choke. He had this look on his face, the same disappointed look he had when I told him about how Fatty Bulgar had replaced my bicycle seat with blue truck nuts. He was ashamed of me. He was ashamed of us. We weren't supposed to need medication. Dad swallowed his pills dry. His prominent Teutonic Adam's apple bobbed up and down as he did it. And he turned to me and said, "So you heard that Babu went to the doctor today?" He looked down. A level 3 awkward silence began to coalesce around us, like interstellar hydrogen pulled together by gravity to form a new nebula. Yeah, I swallowed. For his tumor? I still felt weird saying that out loud. Tumor. Babu had a brain tumor. Dad glanced at the turbo lift door, which was still closed, and then back to me. His latest tests don't look good. And that's the conversation that starts them heading off to Iran. So Darius the Great was just amazing. I love the characters. I love the tone of the characters. I love the way they talk to each other. It's got a great story. So go ahead and try this one out. Darius the Great is Not Okay.